Hey, everybody, welcome to the Sky Lounge, and there's a Sky High, episode number 45, boys and girls, here on a Tuesday morning in the quarantine, where I sit here with you, drinking from my porg teacup and having some Earl Grey. That shit's bomb. Boys and girls, this is truly an unprecedented time in human history where wearing sunglasses indoors is somewhat socially acceptable right now. And listen, boys and girls, I know the reality we live in right now sucks. Most of us are quarantined. Most of us don't have sports ball. I mean, if you want to count the WWE as sports ball, I mean, have at it. I'm certainly not going to be that person. But thankfully for us maniacs out there, one sports ball has been keeping us off of the suicide hotline. And that's the NFL. Was that too real? I don't know. All I know is the NFL loves their quarterbacks. Listen, man. Everybody loves quarterbacks. Quarterbacks, boys and girls, are essentially the face of the sport. Right? Gridiron football. When you think about gridiron football, you think about quarterbacks. Long balls down the field. And I know, of course, there's going to be football aficionados that say, oh, but it's the defensive rushers, man. Shut up. It's been the quarterback for quite some time. We're not going to have this argument right now. But there are teams that, despite having decent quarterbacks set up as their number one, they're looking to bolster depth. And two teams come to mind when we're talking about this. Now, your defending Super Bowl champions in the Kansas City Chiefs have signed Jordan Ta'amu from the St. Louis Battlehawks. Remember the XFL? Yeah, XFL had quarterbacks, boys and girls, just a couple months back. And Jordan Ta'amu was actually pretty brilliant with the St. Louis Battlehawks. And for him to play right behind Patrick Mahomes, the second of his name, is going to be pretty fascinating to watch. I think really having a guy like, I believe his name is Matt Moore, is that right? And Patrick Mahomes and Jordan Ta'amu in that mix is going to be very interesting. All relatively young guys. All of them can really get their shit figured out, right? And so, yeah, I'm just very curious to see how the Chiefs will do post Super Bowl. Are they going to have this hangover effect? Are they looking to repeat, right? It's going to be very curious to see how my homeboy does in year 3. Technically year 3, right? Yeah, technically year 3. But one team that has been really shuffling around the quarterback position is the Carolina Panthers. Now, you have to realize the Panthers are going through a complete structural change. New head coach, new everything. And with now Teddy Bridgewater as a presumable number 1 quarterback, and Kyle Allen just being the absolute fucking eyesore through the latter half of the Panther season, the Carolina Panthers saw it in themselves to sign up another XFL quarterback. Arguably the best fucking quarterback in the XFL, PJ Walker. Wow, is it PJ or TJ? I apologize if I'm getting it wrong. But Walker from the Houston Roughnecks signed up with the Carolina Panthers, presumably to play right behind Teddy Bridgewater. And hell, I mean, there might be some plays where PJ fucking Walker walks in and plays a full quarter. I don't fucking know, man. But it is interesting because Kyle Allen was traded to the Washington Redskins. Right? He was traded to the Washington Redskins for a 5th round pick. Reunited with Ron Rivera, and we'll get to talk about Washington in a bit here when we're talking about Seattle Seahawks, because that was a major trade, boys and girls. And while all that's happening with Washington, Carolina just added depth on the quarterback chart. And oh boy, that South is looking pretty damn solid. Pretty damn interesting, to say the least. And, with the Panthers making this move, it was only inevitable. All signs pointed to this happening. Was Cam Newton being released by the Carolina Panthers. Now, as of this recording, it is about 9:33 right now in the morning. Newton hasn't been released yet, but you would imagine he is going to be released anytime soon, by the end of the day. And the question will linger, where will Cam go? And he isn't the only quarterback right now where you can ask this question. Cam, where is he going to go? Jameis, where is he going to go? Even a guy like Josh Rosen, I think he's still under contract, if I'm not mistaken, or Dolphins still have him for another year. I'm not 100% sure on that, but the quarterback market is very open right now. There's a lot of depth quarterbacks that you can sign up. I don't know if they would like to be called themselves a depth quarterback, but essentially they all are. But Cam Newton, I still put in that same category of a backup to like an actual A-tier quarterback. I think if you play like right behind Russell Wilson, great, good for you. You can learn a thing or two from Russell because you're a fucking noob. Oh, but you got MVP. Shut up. Shh. One good fucking season doesn't really erase out everything else. It doesn't, sweetie. It just doesn't. But where will he go? Where will Cam Newton go? Well, that's a question. That's a question a lot of people will be asking. Do I have an answer? No. I can only guess. I can only speculate. And that can only get us so far. So, probably not going to do that. It's not. Feeling lazy about it. Probably like those assholes in LA who thought the Rams logo looking like a fucking PowerPoint, word art bullshit cover was a good idea. Yeah, that dipshit needs to get fucking fired. So the LA Rams released their new logo yesterday. Revamped logo, so to speak. It looks like something the Chargers B team would wear, and something the fucking Clippers G League team should probably wear. And you would think, wow, a team based in Los Angeles, operating out of that area in downtown, you would think they would have some sort of fucking brain in the PR and marketing department, but no, they don't. They absolutely don't. It's fucking wild how inept the Rams are. As much as I fucking hate the 49ers, I can point out all their goddamn flaws, the Rams are a fucking shit show every time you watch them on and off the field, especially off the field. Kroenke's a fucking joke. Kroenke also owns my favorite soccer team in Arsenal, so I hate him more because he's an absolute piece of shit owner, doesn't care about the fucking sport. He only cares about the money. And the Rams are clearly the fucking epitome of laziness, indifference, and just all-around dumpster fire. And yeah, I fucking hate the Rams. I don't give a shit about the Rams because they are, in my eyes, beneath the Seahawks. They always have been. Oh, Kurt Warner, shut up. That was literally 2 decades ago. You stop talking about that shit now. It's done. It's over. All right? Even if you talk shit about like a decade ago, I feel like I'm gonna call you an old fuck. You're living in the fucking past. Move the fuck on. You got to get with the times, man. You got to fucking try to move on to the future. But what happens when you close the door on that future? What happens? What happens when you worked your ass off, umpteenth Pro Bowls, keep climbing that fucking hill, yet you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You see just shit piling up on you, and you can't give any more. And unfortunately for Travis Frederick, center for the Dallas Cowboys, he announced his retirement yesterday at the age of 29. Now, there's a lot of Cowboys ire. There's a lot of Cowboys hatred. I understand that completely, right? I'm a fucking Seahawks fan. I completely understand the perspective. I can play into that shit too. But as somebody who's been to AT&T Stadium, been to a Cowboys game where they beat the shit out of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I actually got to watch how terrible Blake Bortles was, I don't necessarily hate the Cowboys. I find them fascinating in terms of how their organization has just fallen through the same pattern damn near 3 decades in a row now. But when you see such a fucking beast of a man in Travis Frederick and see him just hang up his cleats and say, I'm done. It's crazy. It's crazy to see shit like that. It is, man. And I feel for the guy. I do. Because the Cowboys, I've always said this about the Cowboys will always be done in by Jerry Jones. As brilliant as I think Jerry Jones is, I think he's also the Achilles heel of the Dallas Cowboys. Every move, every step, every fiber of that culture is Jerry Jones. And Jerry, I feel, doesn't want to let go or relinquish any sort of control with what he has right now. And this is an old man, an owner who has seen some strange thing through the decades of owning this team and just watching football in general, that I don't think he's gonna, be open-minded and say, oh, I've learned my mistake. Unless some Ebenezer Scrooge shit happens to Jerry Jones, I just don't think the Cowboys are gonna be in a Super Bowl anytime soon. And I know that's gonna get a lot of fucking Cowboys fans butthurt, but honestly, can you really disagree with me when you look at Jerry Jones and how he handles shit on and off the field? It's kind of embarrassing. And it's just been this repeated pattern for like the last, 26 years now? 28? I have no idea. And I'm not trying to be facetious here. I just generally can't remember right now. And I have a tablet with me. I can look it up. But Cowboys, you can't keep relying on the past and hope that shit leads you to the future. This is where Travis Frederick waved goodbye. And ESPN trying to capitalize off the good graces of how Peyton Manning has done so well with the ESPN Plus show. Peyton's Places, if I'm not mistaken, on the title. Haven't watched it, but I've seen bits and pieces, and I gotta say, Peyton is such a fucking personality. He is such a wonderful cat to watch, and ESPN trying to capitalize off of this, figured, hey, we could bring it to the announcing booth with Al Michaels. Now, contractually, that was going to be a difficult task all on its own, but it was more or less confirmed that Peyton Manning wouldn't step into the announcer's booth for ESPN. That was more or less confirmed. And I think the world, it loses a little bit of that what if when Peyton does that, right? Because I would love to see Peyton comment a game because, yeah, Tony Romo's getting a shit ton of money to watch games, and I'm sorry, doesn't really bring anything substantial when commentating. Like, I'd rather see Peyton. I'd rather see Peyton. The better quarterback, too. But Tony, shut up. Tony was like a meh quarterback. He's like a worse version of Dak. I don't want to hear it anymore. Stop it. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm gonna deal with one more dipshit that tries to fucking say Tony Romo is better than Dak. I won't fucking hear it. I won't hear any of that shit. But yes! Dak Prescott is better than Tony fucking Romo. Period. And I dropped my fucking tea. Guess so goddamn mad I fucking dropped my tea. But if I could just say it rationally, one more time. For the people in the back, Dak Prescott is better than Tony Romo. Period. Is it the playoff one? No. No, it's not. It's stats, playoffs, demeanor, personality, just everything. Dak is better. Yet Jerry wants to fork over nothing to Dak. Stupidest fucking shit I've ever seen. I guess that's why I hate the Cowboys, like Jerry Jones. Ultimately, Jerry Jones is somebody I respect, but like I fucking hate the guy when he does dumb, arrogant shit. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You flexed your fucking yacht at Super Bowl 54, and you don't want to fucking pay Dak? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Give him an actual contract. I know Dak's an idiot to want 40. I understand that too. But give him a long-term deal. I've been saying, like, I happily pay Dak 30 to 35. I bite the bullet for like 3-4 years. Like, all right, fuck it. Let's run it with Dak. Because to be quite honest, boys and girls, I like Dak Prescott. I think he is, in my eyes, for lack of a better word, the absolute median quarterback you can have in the league. Like, he is like right there in the middle as the standard of good or bad. If you're below Dak, you suck. I think you are dog shit. If you're better than Dak, oh, you're good. All right, cool. However marginal, I mean, that's when specificity comes in. But, listen. Being a Seattle fan, I am very spoiled to have such an amazing fucking quarterback at the helm. And yes, boys and girls, I tell this to people all the time. I started following the Seattle Seahawks after they lost Super Bowl 49. I don't hype that shit. I flat out tell people I started following the Seahawks after Super Bowl 49 when they lost the Patriots. I remember that interception at the fucking 1-yard line, and immediately my thought was, dude, this team is pretty fucking badass. They're awesome. I love watching them. I love this head coach. These guys and their personality, Legion of Boom, what the fuck is this? That's what got me into it. And then Russell Wilson just, through the last, I would say, 5 years. Russell Wilson has arguably been one of the best fucking quarterbacks in the goddamn league. And the Seahawks have been known to be very skimpish with their O-line, but finally they add 4 linemen this offseason. And in what I call the fucking John Schneider offseason signature, right? John Schneider grabs a 5th round pick and fucking tosses that shit away for Quinton Dunbar of the Washington Redskins. This is why I want to talk about the Washington Redskins. How much of a fucking dumpster fire they are. No matter how much new shit they add up, all like, oh, Rivera, oh, great. The ownership perpetuates such a toxic fucking culture. From top down, everything is going to be watered down, and I have no hope for the Redskins. And this is one of those fucking things where you look at it and think, wow, I know PFF is very sketchy when it comes to being objective with their stats or making any fucking sense. But let's put this into perspective. Quinton Dunbar was number 2 ranked overall fucking cornerback in the league last season, right behind Richard Sherman, who was, by all means, the best fucking cornerback in the league, right? That's why I'm wearing my fucking Sherman jersey today. Sherman it up. But with what I've seen, what I've read on highlights, all this shit, it seems as though Quinton has a bit of an injury history. Now, if he can keep up some relative consistency on the field and be healthy, looks like some piece that Pete Carroll's gonna fucking love. Pete Carroll could just mold him into what he fucking wants to be, because God fucking forbid Trey Flowers partners up with Shaquille Griffin again, because I will lose my fucking mind if that happens. Quinton Dunbar is going to be on a last year of his contract, remaining contract. And I think this is going to be just a great test for Shaquille. And I know we just got Quinton Dunbar, but this is where I start talking about Shaquille Griffin. And because of what seems to be the last year of his contract, if I'm not mistaken, he's going to be in the battle for his life for a fantastic contract. And yeah, Dunbar is going to be a great fit, I think. He's going to be great competition. And on the field, I mean, he's going to help us win games. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Right? If you're a Seahawks fan, let me hear you say, yeah, that's exactly what the fuck we're all about. We just want to win. Like, no need to fucking get into weird superlatives and shit, right? Yeah, exactly. Well, here's the thing, kids. The Seattle Seahawks are in a very interesting position right now. Why interesting? Because based on all the reports and, over the cap, a couple of Seahawks fanatics on Twitter, guys who post their own podcasts and shit like that, Evan Hill of Hawk Blogger, I want to say. But when you actually look at overthecap.com on the Seattle Seahawks salary, if we're actually, let me take a fucking look at the total here if I can. And ooh, there it is. Let's see, total liability, total team cap space. As of right now, as I'm reading this, there is about $18 million in cap space for the Seattle Seahawks, but 9.5 if everything is taken into consideration, I would imagine, right? But at this point, it's looking as though you're asking the Seahawks, what are you going to do about Clowney? Are you going to resign him? If so, who are you going to cut? KJ? Justin Britt? Ed Dixon? What's going to happen? Well, I don't know. I don't know. I would love to see Clowney come back. Absolutely, I would love it. 18 some odd million dollars would be perfect for me. But it's going to be very curious, man. And listen, the Seattle Seahawks are set to just be an absolutely interesting period right now because of this Clowney purgatory. And in my heart, I feel like he's going to leave. Right now, I mean, all things considered, I feel like he'll leave. If the Titans offered him 20 mil, I think he's gone. When a team like the Miami Dolphins offered him 17 and he said no, it just shows you that he's in it for the money. He's not in it for winning, in my opinion. Which is fine, which is totally fine, because that's your money, dude. You do what you want. But for the Seattle Seahawks, it's like, yeah, man, you know what we're all about. You know what we're all about. But if you're going to just step away and do it for the money, kudos to you, my brother. Good luck. But I think the Seattle Seahawks, they're revamping. They're looking better and better. And if we got Clowney, I think it would push us over the edge. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens in all these things, because nothing's set in stone until it's written in contract. That's how shit goes, right? I generally speaking, with anything, contracts is the key. And of course, we got news yesterday that the Olympics was officially postponed to next year, 2021, because of the coronavirus, COVID-19. Which is why Las Vegans, like myself, are put in their house. Well, they're asked to stay home. Stay at home. Don't go outside. Quarantine yourself for the betterment of society, right? And hence acceptable to wear sunglasses indoors, where I'll take the shit off because it's getting weird to look at shit. But listen, if you can't have the fucking patience to stay at home, when more or less you're not going to do anything. Just don't kill yourself. Is this how you're going to end the video? Yeah, probably. Because I just can't deal with people. Hypothetical situations with people always pisses me off because those hypothetical situations actually become real. Right? Oh, what happens if a couple of dumbasses just go outside all the time? Oh, we seen it in Las Vegas. They cause traffic in the middle of Las Vegas Boulevard. Like Saturday night for no apparent reason, despite the fact that everything down the strip is closed. But yeah, sure. Shout out to all the police officers right now. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. They are working their asses off. They are driving around everywhere. Every plaza, every mall to make sure non-essential businesses are closed. And homeless and vagabonds and fucking prostitutes are not in sight. That's the whole purpose right now. So shout out to the police officers, man. But listen, man, I think I'm gonna have to get the fuck out of here. I'm tired. I'm just tired, guys. It's one of these things where when society just kind of numbs out, you're right there alongside with them, and especially with all this marijuana, it's quite something. It's quite something, boys and girls. So I'll leave it at that. Follow me at the Sky Lounge on all the links in the description below, boys and girls. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily contents. Fuck off.